Hello, everyone. I'm Anna, and welcome back to English Conversation Studio. Today, Alex and I are going to practice daily English conversations that you can use in real life. These situations are simple but very useful, and they can help you speak more naturally and confidently.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alex. Yes, this type of practice is very important because real-life English is different from textbook English. When you practice everyday situations, you start to feel more comfortable and ready to speak.
Let's start with a simple morning situation. Imagine you meet a friend and start a conversation. You don't need complex grammar, just natural and simple sentences.
That's right. For example, you can say, "Good morning, how are you today?" And then continue with something simple like, "Did you sleep well?" This kind of conversation is easy but very useful.
Now imagine you are at a coffee shop and you want to order something. You can say, "Hi, I'd like a cup of coffee, please." And maybe add, "Can I also get something sweet?" This is polite and natural.
Yes, and you can also ask questions like, "What do you recommend?" or "What is popular here?" This helps you continue the conversation and sound more confident.
Let's move to another situation. Imagine you meet someone new and want to introduce yourself. You can say, "Hi, my name is Anna. Nice to meet you." And then ask, "What do you do?"
That's a great example. The other person might say, "I work in an office," or "I am a student." And then the conversation continues naturally. Asking simple questions keeps the conversation going.
Now think about talking about your day. You can say, "Today was a busy day, but I feel productive." And maybe add, "I had a lot of work, but I finished everything."
Now think about talking about your day. You can say, "Today was a busy day, but I feel productive." And maybe add, "I had a lot of work, but I finished everything."
Another common situation is asking for help. For example, you can say, "Excuse me, can you help me?" And then explain what you need.
Yes, and it's also good to be polite. You can add, "I would really appreciate it," or "Thank you for your help." Politeness makes your English sound more natural.
Yes, and it's also good to be polite. You can add, "I would really appreciate it," or "Thank you for your help." Politeness makes your English sound more natural.
That's very natural. You can also suggest something like, "Let's meet in the evening," or "We can go for a walk."
Now imagine you are talking about your hobbies. You can say, "In my free time, I like listening to music and relaxing," and then add, "It helps me feel calm."
Yes, hobbies are a great topic for conversation. You can also say, "I enjoy learning new things," or "I like spending time with my family."
Let's talk about giving opinions. For example, you can say, "I think this is a good idea," and then explain why you feel that way.
Yes, and you can also say, "In my opinion, this is better," or "I believe this is important." These phrases are very useful.
Another situation is talking about the future. You can say, "I want to improve my English," and then add, "I will practice every day."
That's a great goal. You can also say, "I plan to learn new skills," or "I hope to achieve my goals step by step."
Now let's talk about small talk. This is very important in daily life. You can say, "The weather is nice today," and then continue with a simple comment.
Yes, small talk helps start conversations. You can also say, "It's a busy day today," or "Everything feels calm today."
Another useful situation is expressing feelings. You can say, "I feel happy today," or "I feel a little tired, but okay."
Another useful situation is expressing feelings. You can say, "I feel happy today," or I feel a little tired but okay.
Let's talk about asking questions. Asking questions keep conversations alive. For example, what do you think about this? Or how was your day?
Exactly. Questions show interest and make the conversation more interactive. They also give you more chances to practice speaking.
Now imagine you are ending a conversation. You can say, "It was nice talking to you," and then add, "See you later."
Yes, ending politely is important. You can also say, take care or have a good day.
All these situations may seem simple, but they are very powerful. Practicing them every day can improve your fluency quickly.
Absolutely. The key is repetition and consistency. The more you practice these conversations, the more natural your English becomes.
Remember, you don't need perfect grammar to speak. You just need to communicate clearly and confidently.
Yes, confidence is more important than perfection. Speak, make mistakes, and keep improving.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's conversation here on English Conversation Studio. We hope this real life practice helps you speak more naturally.
If you enjoyed this conversation, please subscribe to English Conversation Studio and support our channel.
Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends who are learning English.
Thank you very much for listening and practicing English with us today.
Keep practicing every day. Stay confident, and we'll see you again in our next conversation on English Conversation Studio. Rock it!